I want to tell a story that illustrates the best that I can illustrate the kind of market that we're in. Not that I always pay attention, but I've not seen or experienced a market like this before. 1974 was like this, but it was like this in the context of a single country's markets. And one of the markets, the corporate bond market, really didn't function very well. It wasn't much of a market. So all the attention was on stocks, and stocks were horrifying. I remember that market. Notice how skillfully I've gone to the past. But I remember that market, and in a sense, it's one of the two messages I want to leave tonight. It was awful. It felt bad. And then it felt worse the next day. I was personally running both stock and bond portfolios, I think entirely for corporate pension plans at that time, defined benefit. And no matter what you bought, stock or bond, within a few days it went down. And you say, well, why did you buy? Well, the clients kept sending money. This was back in the early 70s when they were gearing up putting money in. And it got worse and worse and worse and worse. And you felt worse and worse and worse. And it got to people. It really got to them. It's a little bit like in the old days, or even more recently, being a Cubs fan. You know, it just, you get worn out. It's just all the time. Very unlike being a Red Sox fan. Soft chuckle there. This market is like that, but this market is very, very different. This is not a market confined to the northeastern United States. This market is worldwide, and it comes not as the culmination. This isn't necessarily the end. It's the big bump, but it's not necessarily the end. It comes as the culmination of quite a long period of time of very, very, very positive developments, of developing more or less an integrated commercial society around our world with all the benefits that brings. And it's been phenomenal. Even 10 years ago, some of the countries with major markets today and major international dealings in trade and finance were not considered anything above something that might have been called emerging. And the benefits have been enormous along the way as both a help and something that's happened. A lot of leverage, a lot of borrowed money has built up and built up and built up and built up and built up. I've never seen markets so cheap. Stocks and bonds. Not treasury bonds. But corporate bonds, municipal bonds, common stocks, dirt cheap. Preferred stocks, weird. And I don't feel qualified to judge in many parts of the world, but I think I have a loose understanding of our own markets, and I haven't seen the like. Will prices go lower than here? Yeah, probably. Could they go a lot lower? Yeah. Is there good value? In my personal opinion, you darn betcha. But we're in this process. It's going to have a real kick to it for a long period of time. 1975 was the only year that I'm aware of where membership in the Boston Security Analyst Society declined. I'll give you 101 odds that the next year that it declines is 2009. And maybe 2008 if you measure at the end of the year. So this one is hard. It's disrupted the capital markets. It's made it painful. There are small banks and medium-sized banks making loans to well-qualified, and they don't tell you any more than that. And they're washing money. I think we are in the bottoming process of the markets. The credit aspect of it is still developing. You get through it. You go through it. That's really, and if you want to get excited, you go talk with the analysts in some of the areas about the new things that are developing and the new products, particularly in the whole area of energy and the whole area of water, where it is, where you need it, all that kind of stuff. Technology. You go talk with 3 or 4 of the technology analysts, and you come back, you're hyper, you're bouncing around. There is opportunity. There's room for investment. And sorting it out, I think, will be much more rational. It won't be just a financial play.